Little volume on the keyboard, just a little bit.
Hey, Mo.
We're gonna keep it moving right along. Hey, Taurus, don't start that bullshit. Let's party now. Can't forget about my main man Rose at the front door. We still got love for you, Rose. Don't let the people piss you off, man. I see the hand in the back, Rose. Once again, like to thank main man Buck for having this dynamite sound pumping nice and swell up in here. Yeah. Hey, Derek, you know how we like to turn up, man. We gonna do that Landover shit, you know what I mean? Let it breathe. Oh, it's getting warm.
Hey, warm. Hey, party.
Hey, Miss Shayna, all that shit you be talking, I'm trying to see you drop it down low for me one time. Hey, she be talking all that shit, drop it down low for me one time. Then hold it there. I swear that's some solid crank right there. I don't know about y'all, but that's some solid crank right there, man. They can say what they want, you know what I mean? They can say what they want, but that's solid crank right there. Wait a minute. Real crank. Re-up band of 2018. I think I'm gonna run for go-go president or something, man. 2018 election. Oh, wait a minute. I'm a party for the Augustus, man. They in the building, man. Oh, wait a minute. Hold it. Crown me crank king. Crown me crank king. You wanna sit on my throne? This one I own, get your own. Crown me crank king.
Crank it.
Crown me crank king.
Crank it.
They wanna sit on my throne. This one I own, get your own. Then hold it there. Hey, Fleek, stump a hole in the floor. Man, I like to let my percussions work just a little bit. They always say Trae like to crank a little bit too much, man. It's never enough for that crank. Come on, y'all, cool out. Let's chill out. Billie Jean, go sing to him, baby.
Would I leave if you were don't want you on my mind, on my mind, on my mind, mind.
10 weeks on a good time, yo. Jazz 'em on up. Make sure they hear my D guitar in the house, man. One more time. Don't wanna feel ya.
Hey, don't wanna feel you.
Hey, Q.
I don't want you on my mind. Don't wanna feel you. I don't want you on my mind. I don't wanna feel you. I don't want you on my mind. On my mind. On my mind.
Ron Stoppable. Go on and talk that shit, man. I ain't even gotta say too much, man. Talk that shit, Ron. Talk that shit, Ron. Well, if you ain't know who REUP was, you know tonight. And we damn sure ain't no Mo County band. Remember that. If they ain't know, they know tonight, goddammit. Yeah, they do. REUP crank, yo. REUP crank.
All right, y'all. Listen, shout out to Bam Chiche Mange for stepping on in. And speaking of stepping on in, I picked up the phone, made a last minute call, had a conversation with one of the commentators from the Commentators Corner. We taking it all the way back to March Mayhem, because that is the last time I had a collection of talkers together.
You're right.
So let's go. It's been March. We are now basically in August. What have you seen that has changed post March Mayhem, and what can we do to get this culture back on track?
Well, I honestly only seen one major change,
Let's go.
and that's Obsession. They done won,
And what happened?
They are everywhere.
Man.
You hear me?
And they cranking.
Yeah. Shout out to them fellas, man. Them my homies. So they everywhere. So I said, just do. They won the March Mayhem, and they on flight right now. They doing their thing. They moving and grooving. So that's the biggest thing that I seen out of it. Like, you put something together, the last man standing won, and now they rocking and rolling. Going places, everywhere.
They done kicked in City Winery's door. They
Yeah.
performed at Ivy City Smokehouse this past weekend. I saw them down Geno's. They released a single not long ago. Like, it's like they actually took advantage of the
yeah.
opportunity that was given to them, and it's like they were ready
Oh yeah,
to step in.
they doing it.
So do you think that the right band won?
Yeah, I mean, I told you
Okay.
I had two.
You did.
I had two.
You
I
did.
had Mature Clientele. Shout out to them. I had Mature Clientele and Obsession.
That's who you had in the finals.
Yeah,
That is who
that's
you
who I
had in the finals.
Yeah, and Obsession did it.
So you get the invite from me. You ready to come in? We got a panel discussion going on. Like, y'all don't even know what's getting ready to go down. Like, this is gonna be sheer madness. Y'all better stay tuned. So How do you feel with all of y'all being in one room? Because it's going to be 12 other voices outside of yours. What do you hope to come from this mid-year panel and this mid-year wrap-up?
I mean, it's kind of hard, Pre, you know what I
I
mean?
know.
Because
It's a constant struggle.
it's a struggle because a lot of the bands, the panel, like if you got 12 people from 12 different bands, a lot of people got animosity against each other. A lot of people don't like each other. They don't like this band. They don't like that
Guess what
band.
the rules are when you walk through this
and-
door? This is
yeah.
a safe place.
Okay.
And one of the rules is that we're going to respect one another's voice. We're going to respect one another's platform, one another's perspective. But we're here for the greater good of the culture. We've gotten to a point now where people don't effectively communicate. It's sneak dissing on social media. It's sideways comments that they pillow talking to somebody. And the thing is, no traction is being made at this point. The wheels are still spinning in the mud. And with this being the next generation of crank up, because again, we talk about this all the time. Just said it to Bam, me and Two have this discussion on a regular basis. For most of us, we've had more days behind us than we're going to have in front of us.
Sure.
And we're at a point where we have to grow. How do we get to a place where we can have those discussions, begin to heal, and start pushing things forward? Because, listen, if we were in Vegas, the odds would be that Go-Go is going to die
Oh, yeah.
in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
But in real life, it's too much of a legacy, too much
The thing
rich
is,
history.
it's too much of a legacy, too much history. But like you said, the wheels are spinning. And they've been spinning for years.
They have. How do we get those
So
wheels out of
it's
that
just
mud?
Like, how do you get the wheels out of the mud? Because, like I was telling somebody earlier, you know, people that move here from out of town and they come to the DMV, they always say the DMV, man, they got some of the rudest, some of the nastiest, some of the people in the world, man. So for us to live right here in the pot and got our genre right here in the pot, it still applies. A whole bunch of backstabbing, a whole bunch of turning your head, blah, blah, blah. That's the DMV. And that's the problem with Go-Go. If it probably would have originated somewhere else.
You think, and
it
gravitated here,
might have
migrated
went.
here.
But the DMV is a pot full of people that can't stand each other for whatever reason it may be.
So do you think that it looks like a big pool, but it ends up being a small one because of the amount of bands
Right.
that are out? Because now, like, the bands outnumber not only the venues but the fans.
Yeah.
Everybody is fighting for the same.
I'm telling you.
with the exception
And
of one or two bands that have their faithful crowds that are only going to go see them.
And I'm just like, how do you get out of it? Being in the culture and playing in the band for many years, and like you said, the venues are less. The fans is fighting on who they want to go see. You throw a show, you got 5 people come through, 10
Yes.
people, 20, and you've been promoting all month, and that's what you get. Because the same night that you got your little party,
It's a big
that
party.
major party, everybody wants to go, and 9 times out of 10, they not even there for the band. They there for the atmosphere
And the people.
and the people. That's
Yeah.
where all the happening people are. So we gonna be there. You know what I mean? So it's crazy to me, like playing on cards with big bands.
Yeah.
And not to bash any of the big bands because they paid their dues and, you know, they etched in stone.
Yes.
But for you to go on stage and play your heart out and you know you cranking and the whole crowd in there is so scared
To dance.
to party with you, and when you get off the stage, you got 100 people patting you on your back, telling you how much you was cranking and blah, God, man.
But get on the dance floor and party with me.
But as soon as the big band come on, they ain't even started yet. They setting up. The dance floor start filling up. They don't even know what they about to open with. They could have came on Mary had a do do lamp.
Come on.
A little do lamp.
Say what?
Ah!
That's my jam. That's how they feel.
And I
Trae.
be sitting back like, damn, is it that easy? But hey, so like you said with the wheel spinning, I don't know if when or if a new band is ever going to be able to break through that barrier and be a part of the elite. I don't know. And playing in this genre, I kind of lose hope. And I just be like, I'm just going to keep doing it because I like it. I love it. But I lose hope because I be like, young, I don't care how hard I work or my creativity, I just cannot get through. And that's years. I've been doing this almost 30 years.
Wears and tears on your emotions.
I mean? So it's just like, but I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby.
Yeah, because I'm so excited. We're going to have all of y'all in. We're going to have some real discussions. And I feel like we've gotten to a point where this is probably going to be a 2 or 3 part series, depending on how long y'all are able to sit down, talk, hash it out. It may be a situation where it starts out with everybody being here and it may dwindle down into a smaller group.
Okay.
And I'm cool with that. But I feel like we've just gotten to a point where we survived COVID. March Mayhem went boom. Like,
Oh yeah,
you were here for the entire, boom.
that was a great event.
Thank you.
Say it again. We had a good time.
Thank you.
Weekly good time.
Man, I miss it.
We had fun.
I miss it. I miss it was like that weekly go-go that you was going to, but you got 2 days of it.
Man, what?
And I feel like we have gotten to a point where 6 months into the year is gone. We are now damn near at 8. I need to talk to y'all about your goals. How you gonna finish off the year? What are you gonna do to break the monotony? What are you gonna do to break the ice? What do you think is next? What do you think you need? Like, we gonna break down some of these barriers because these real conversations need to happen because, like I just told Bam, sometimes we're in our own way.
Yeah.
And it's because this is what's comfortable for us. But nothing comes from comfort and complacency but death. That's where things go to die, in your comfort zone. That's why God makes things that you're trying to attain so hard to attain and uncomfortable for you, because you have to understand what it is you're learning on that journey. And I feel like we got to get there, Trae. How do we get there? How do we deflate the egos, inject some knowledge, some help, some growth? How do we do that? Because y'all are next up.
Yeah. It's hard. It's very hard. Just like you said, 100 bands.
Yeah.
100 bands.
60 venues.
50 venues.
50 real venues.
Yeah.
Okay.
100 bands, 50 venues, and even personnel is running out because it's so much. Everybody's sharing members.
Interchangeable.
And it's just like, I just be like, man, I just don't know. I don't know what's next for me.
So going back to the golden era, did you ever think it would get to a point where you would see multiple bands share one member?
No.
That's not a feature.
It was unheard of. And Bama's fought over that.
Right.
Man, why would you call my keyboard player? You know he play for us. It's a whole all-out brawl over that. Or if you come and you see your keyboard player at somebody practice, they be that came and took his keyboard.
Yes, or stole his chords.
Oh, this mine. This belong to REUP. You playing with your
Don't
clientele. This REUP keyboard.
Don't be treasonous with our equipment.
This REUP keyboard, and they dare you to jump out there. They gonna bang you out. You know what I mean? So that's the era I came from. Everybody had their mob. And you stuck with your mob. You know what I mean?
So with the loyalty being gone, do you think contracts need to come into play?
That would be good.
Okay.
That would be good.
And with the contract, an NDA,
I think
because you
a
can't.
lot of voids though.
Yeah, I mean, and I get that, but like it's we're at a place where you have to protect your own brand.
Yeah.
Not only that, but music has to start coming out. Visuals have to start coming out. Can you imagine if in every go-go video with different whole bands, like the same keyboard or guitar player, the whole time?
Yeah. And there's a lot of that going on, man. Like you gonna see, you know, the big thing we got going on at Martini's on the 1st. It's 10 bands. Let's see how many members is shared.
We literally just had this conversation. I swear we did.
How many members gonna be shared?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So like,
might as well not unplug. Should I play next too?
Yeah. So my question is like, so for situations like that, it's not, but it's definitely, shout out to Joe Jackson. It's definitely a benefit show for Joe Jackson. Yes, it's a white party. Y'all make sure if y'all can make it through, stop on through, support, show some love. What is it like from 8 to 1:30? Y'all make sure. Huh?
August 1st, Monday.
Yeah, Monday, August 1st, 8 to 1:30. Y'all make sure y'all slide in, show some support, show some love. Definitely for a great cause. It's great when the community can come together to lift up someone in a time of need or in situations where things happen so quickly that we just didn't expect to happen. But like on the other side of that, like, how do we fix that, Trae?
I don't know. I'm lost.
I know, me too. I feel like a dinosaur right now, man.
I'm in.
You're living it. You're living it.
And I'm lost because with REUP losing a lot of our key members and getting new ones.
Yeah. Means rebuilding.
We didn't start sharing people. Ugh. We didn't even have a shared band. We had a solid band with everybody that played only for REUP.
Yeah.
Now you gotta share people.
Yeah.
Like, there's nobody available. It's too many bands. And we ain't never been like that.
Yeah.
Ain't never been no 100 bands playing at one time.
It's like everybody decided I need my own damn band. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you wronged me? I start a revenge band. I'm gonna kung fu you with my crank. Like, that's how it feels like it's gotten.
Man, I'm talking about they digging Bammers up out the grave. They digging Bammers out the grave. That Bama ain't played in the band in 30 years.
Oh my God.
He got a band.
Calling out hoods that don't even exist.
Like, bruh, like, and you see people, we starting a new band. I'm like, is it any room? Why are you starting a new band?
And where are you going to practice at? Because practice is booked up too.
You know what I mean? Not telling nobody not to follow their dream, but bruh, look at what's all this that's going on out here. Where are you going? What route are you going to take?
And see that's another.
We're all fighting over it.
That's another conversation we've had. Like, business plans, like, those are important. You need to know which direction. Are you going straight to the stage? Are you going to bang it out in the studio and then take to the streets and get your visuals done? Are you like, how are you, like, what are you going to do different than what you did before? Like, I feel like we're at that point where the next band that's going to break out is going to have to do some super wild lover shit. And like, just some,
and that's where I'm at with it. Like, I shot a video for our song. I wanted us to do several videos, do visuals and all that stuff like that. But the damn personnel started changing and dropping off, like right in the middle of when I'm trying to get some things done. You know, now we need a drummer, and now we need a keyboard player. Now we need this. And it like threw my whole plan off because I had planned on shooting more videos with REUP. I was going to take that angle, give people something to look at. And not your everyday band on a stage.
But now the difference is you have members that have changed. So if you had footage.
And then when you go in the studio and record it, now he don't play anymore. We got a record, but he not in the band anymore. So we're going to shoot the video and that's him on the record. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's very stressful and discouraging, you know? Very, very discouraging, you know, but so I don't know where we go.
You don't. I think it's a culture for this next level to break through. I think y'all are saying that the youth aren't involved, and this is going to be a gem from Capri. These youngins are some of the best producers and content creators in the fucking world. That is a perfect way to introduce them and segue them into go-go. Get you some youngins that are hungry and get them to build and do some videos and some different perspectives and outlooks, some TikTok challenges. Like, we got to start attacking it from their age level because that is who we want to bring in.
Right.
That's what we want to bring in. Like,
the average youngin' don't like socket beats and stuff.
okay, that's cool. That means that now you got to figure out how to turn it into drill music. You got to figure out how to infuse some Afro beats in. It's time for us to get our creativity on, because if you think back to it, let's go back to Chuck. Chuck took Around the Way Girl and Shooby Dooby the shit out of that song. I need an around the way, around. Like, he Shooby Dooby the shit out of that song. But he took the time to learn it from beginning to end. And whatever he wanted to flip, he flipped. And that artistry made it something that everybody could relate to. Like, that was for our generation, for real. And it transcended time, because I already knew the words to Around the Way Girl. So now when I hear it, I sing the whole damn song.
Right.
So you gotta figure out how to get a youth panel together. How can we reach y'all? What's on y'all level? What do y'all like? What are we missing? Okay, we don't like congos. Okay, I'm still gonna give you them sockets and pockets, but what do you want to hear over top of it that's gonna make your body move? That's where we are right now.
Right.
We're so stuck in our tracks, worried about what the people inside this culture think, that we don't understand that what's inside is what's in here. What's in this box is what's in this motherfucking box.
Right.
It ain't no room for nothing else to go inside this box. So somebody's got to get the fuck out the box and stand out further and start thinking and looking at it from different angles and perspectives, because every other genre has figured out a way to infuse themselves in commercials, movie scores. We have a couple movie scores, but it's just not at a point where it's like, boom. Like, I feel like there's no reason why every go-go band this year should not have a song ready to submit for the Grammys grassroots music genre. There's no reason. You were born last year. You've had enough time. You've had enough time to research. Everything is instant. At this point, why aren't we flooding them with our music so they get a taste for it, they get used to it, and they want more? Like, why aren't we capitalizing off those things? That's why we're stuck.
Yeah. But look, then you got to think about our local radio stations. Now let's get on that. Now they finally declared go-go as the music of DC.
We thank y'all for that, but we didn't need y'all to do that declaration. But thank you.
It's always been the music of DC.
Facts.
Now there's a declaration that says that go-go is the music of DC.
The official.
But how often do we hear anything? You got to think about, you could go back to the 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s. It was bands going in the studio making albums.
Yes.
What? And none of that stuff ever, except Northeast Straight from the Basement, that you heard something
on the radio
from a studio album.
Right.
To this day, I still listen to the group. Studio album like that.
Right.
They got songs on there, man, that I listen to on a regular basis. Ain't never touched the radio. You had Publicity came out with an album in 96.
Oh, coming soon, August 6th.
Never touched the radio. You had OP Tribe with a studio album. Never touched the radio.
But see, we're at a point now.
I don't understand why.
But I feel like we're at a point now where we can dig all that old music up, get it on one of the YouTube channels, and push it.
Because ain't nobody heard it.
It's classic.
Nobody heard it.
Yeah.
Because we done recorded several records with REUP that could easily be radio play.
Right.
You give it to people. What happened to it? What, it get lost? Because you don't never hear it.
But see, I feel like we have to change the narrative, and I feel like we have to change it on our ground level. I feel like we have to get to a point where, because back in the day, they had to pay to get their stuff in rotation.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is, maybe you need to start reaching out to some of these shows in this genre and start saying, hey, we'll sponsor a portion of your show if you make sure to play our song, da-da-da-da. Or if y'all da-da-da-da, can you, we have to figure out ways to make it lucrative for all parties involved, because it's gone past the point of it being a hobby for all of us. And your music is a platform, your brand is a platform, all of that is yours. But for us to work together, we got to figure out how to barter, how to maneuver, and how to genuinely do it. And that includes contracts. It includes real agreements, but it has to be a situation where, all right, so Trae, you dropping music Tuesday, right? Let's say it may be 2.0 is dropping music Thursday. It's got to be a situation where y'all need to get together and do your drop together. And y'all need to push your music together. And y'all need to get your people to push theirs and their people to push yours so we can bump it up higher in the algorithm. So now it is starting to get attention. So then once it does that, we can take those views over to Lil Bacon Bear and say, hey, this is what's really going on YouTube. But it's going to take people trusting one another and working with one another. Are we mature enough for that?
No.
Okay. Oh, all right.
When you say MAB 2.0, yeah.
Yes.
Us and REUP, we could work together, but there's certain bands that can't work together. So it's going to be clicks.
But the thing about it is, respectfully, but disrespectfully, it's already clicky as fuck in this culture. It's clicky as shit. It's very clicky. It's opportunistic clicks. It's just my homie. I know him from the street, but I know I can get over on him. It's them clicks. It's oh, I need to dick ride this nigga so I can stay popular click. Like, I'm not gonna tell this nigga he bamming out. It's all of that.
Right.
But at this point, the only clicks we need to be creating are business clicks.
Yeah.
Because everybody has someone in their band that is an innovator or a thinker that someone else doesn't understand because their perspective and their thought process is not that way.
Right.
We need to put together some type of musical Shark Tank and go and put us in a position where, all right, so look, we're going to get together. We're going to form a committee. All of us are going to go in. We need to start our own label.
Right.
We need to utilize YouTube for what it's for. It is a platform that allows you to do shows. It's a platform that allows you to perform live music. It's a platform that allows you to be yourself genuinely. We need to get that set up. We need to start running that algorithm and them numbers up. It's things that we can do to prepare ourselves, because think about it. We've been dealing with a situation where the elders haven't had a chance to tell their story. Cameras weren't readily accessible, podcasts, internet. It wasn't a lot of journalists that was really covering it because it was considered jungle music. It was considered to bring violence. It was considered something that went against the beliefs of the community. But now we're at a point where the acceptance, official music, which means that y'all need to get official paperwork, which means y'all need to send official stuff down to there since they want to officially use an export that we officially have had forever. You see how that works?
Yeah.
People put paperwork on it. It becomes a situation where it's official, and the stuff that you've been doing before is now beneficial to them.
Right.
So you got to figure out how to flip that
Right.
and make it work for you. But that's where we are now. Because I know we talked. I pulled up to some of y'all studio sessions. I know that y'all have been working. I know that the composition is changing. I know it gets frustrating because you think you're damn near done and you getting ready to get your song copywritten and cleared, and this person has left your band, and now you got to re-record all that shit. More time, more money. And it's frustrating. But we just got to put ourselves in a position of power, Trae. You ready to sit down and have this talk? Listen, it's going to happen. I need y'all on y'all P's and Q's. I need y'all ready to be transparent, because a breakthrough for you may be a breakthrough for somebody else in that room that may need to hear and understand what it really is. Because there's a lot of false perceptions and narratives that go along with this culture.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know. And it's got to be a place where, all right, you're frustrated right now. This may be the end for you. You may say, all right, after this run with REUP, I'm going to walk away, if that's what you decide to do. But when you walk away, part of your legacy is going to be who you touched along the way.
Right.
And how you set them up.
Right.
So I'm ready. I'm ready to sit down with y'all, man. I'm so excited. The weather kind of threw a little monkey wrench. But I'm excited to get y'all in and have these conversations. I haven't had all of y'all in the room in a very long time. Like, the biggest one was fans from the stands. That was 20 talkers. 18 showed up.
Yeah.
Fed y'all everything. That was but I feel like with this one, it's going to be a little different. I feel like we're going to have a little more structure. And I'm asking everybody to come in with a clear mind. I'm asking everybody to leave their personal issues outside the door. This is a place for growth, for the culture. This is a place for us to set an example for people who said we can't get together and have these conversations. Because it's time. It's time.
Yeah.
The longer we sit still, the more opportunities pass us by.
And they passing.
And it's time for us to not let it happen. All right, so I'm going to ask you right now. What is the state of go-go on the crank circuit level? I need you to give me a description.
It's always like, I mean, the description. Everybody not busy though, Pre.
Okay.
Everybody not busy. Like all them bands that was in there on March Mayhem, everybody not busy. You know? Like I said when I first got on here, Obsession, they busy. Everybody not busy.
BJ said it's fucked up.
Yeah. Everybody not busy. You know, me and BJ tried to do hangers, you know what I mean?
On Thursdays.
And, you know, you got your certain band members that, you know, even though you agree that we're going to do this for the love and see
we
what
grinding.
you're going to have some people be like, man, I need some money to be here. Or, you know, we got to pay for a sound, man. You got to pay your engineer.
You have to.
But don't nobody want to put up. You know what I mean? And I ain't going to keep digging. And when I done dig twice, like, okay, somebody else dig.
So what happened to band dues?
I don't know if people still do that or not.
I mean, but at this point in time, when it's
I done tried it in several
when it's a
times.
shared pot, I mean,
Look, we started that with REUP.
yeah.
And Anthony used to write receipts.
Y'all used to do it with the firm too?
Yeah, write receipts. It was only a few of us that was giving it up. You know? People act like they don't even hear it. You know what I mean? You walk around, all right, y'all, practice. Get this money together for practice.
So do you feel like it's a manager's job to foot all of the bills for the band?
No.
Okay. Their job is to keep you booked and busy, right?
Shout out to the managers that do that.
Okay.
Shout out to my man Scotty
Okay.
that's with us. He makes sure we straight. You know what I mean? Scotty, you know, he a great business partner. We handle this re-up thing together, and you know, he makes sure we straight, you know. And then when it's time to get paid, always try to give him a little extra. Here, take this because you always make sure we good. You know what I mean? So, and he said like it ain't nothing. Man, thank you, man. Thank you for Scotty, you do a lot.
He's
man.
grateful.
You make sure that we straight. You know what I mean? So here's an extra. Here's some extra. Put it towards practice.
Right.
Since you always paying for it, you know what I mean? Put that towards practice. You know what I mean? So, but everything is easier said than done, man.
I agree.
You know, we deal with a lot of knuckleheads in this genre of music.
Yeah.
And people don't get along. That's why I stay out the way. Because I don't got time for nobody. You know what I mean? So I stay out the way, you know what I mean? Because it could get ugly. People could get to fighting. And you know fighting leads to other things. You never know. That's where we at, though. You know, the type of people you dealing with. You dealing with street niggas that's in bands, you know what I mean? Or spoiled brat ass niggas that's in bands.
That's the worst. That is the worst.
And
as a grown man.
Like you said, internet gangsters, people doing all this to people. It's just like
my eye roll.
I'm not in none of the go-go groups. I'm not. Because I don't want to hear that shit.
Right.
I don't want to see it. People try to tag me. I'd be like, man, I'm not on that shit.
So I do have a question. So if it was a way that we could put together some type of business plan to help elevate this level, would you be willing to look it over and see what would work for REUP?
Yes, for sure. I definitely will.
Yeah, because I feel like it's time to create some content.
Because I honestly, I'm like lost. I don't know what's next. Like, what's next? I'm trying.
Does that scare you?
Yeah. What's
because
next?
Do you feel like you're still in control?
I mean, all I can control is what we make, what we produce.
Correct.
If people going to accept it, like it, love it, I don't know. I don't even know if it's going to be accepted. You know.
So let me ask you a question that's major right before we step on out of here, because I know you got to get up in the morning. And this is just a preview to the panel. Who is your target audience? What age range? What area? What is your target audience? I think
Any
that's
area.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know what I mean? Because I feel like we versatile enough to play in front of anybody pretty much, except the too young. Like the bounce beat crowd, they ain't going to accept us.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But anything dealing with, if you want to call it the crank circuit, if you want to call it grown and sexy, whatever, we pretty much can cover any ground. You know what I mean? Because we could play bounce too.
Yes.
But my band, you got certain band members, they be like,
I don't want to bow.
I be like, on this one, we going to do this.
Dun,
They be like,
dun, dun, dun.
So we got a couple of those under our belt, but a lot of people in the band don't even like to play it. You know what I mean? But
So like grown and sexy crank would be
yeah,
your market.
And I guess it's for the 30 and over. You know what I mean? 30 and over, because my mom still come out to see me play, and my mother's 64, so she like what we do.
Right.
Then you got your 50s that like what we do, your 40s and your 30s that like what we do.
So that's your target area,
Yeah.
30 and up.
30 and up.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And that's where you start. It's called market research.
Yeah.
Now we gotta reach out to them to know find out what they like.
Right.
When you have family reunions, why you not booking us? When you get married, why you don't have us at receptions? That's we gotta start there. We gotta start somewhere. And I'm looking forward to starting with y'all on Monday. We're gonna talk. It's gonna be some tough conversations, and I feel like we're just at a place where communication has to take place. 2023 is starting very soon. We need to set some attainable goals. We need to figure out how we can help one another, because without each other, we can't move. Like, I don't recall ever, any of the conversations I've heard, I've never heard of a situation where Lil Benny was hating on Chuck. You know what I'm saying?
Different time, different era.
Well, it's time for us to take control of this era, because it's not in our control. How can we let people who didn't grow up in our era dictate our era, dictate our success, dictate our growth? It's time to grow.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all stay tuned. We will be stepping on in. It will be a closed session on Monday. We're going to rock out, like I said, man. We're going to try to get 3 episode, a 3-part series done, so we can be transparent, have those tough conversations, and put ourselves in a position of power. Because in 3 months, we're going to go back and look at this and be like, oh, this was my attainable goal. Oh, I knocked that down. I crushed that. But just because you crushed that doesn't mean you stop. Right. It means that you have an accountability partner that pushes you, that keeps you going. And I feel like we can change the direction if we're willing to do it. I'm here for the ride. Yeah. All right. Shout out to the homie Trae, REUP Band. You can catch them here, there, and everywhere. You can find them on social media. REUP Band, is it the REUP Band?
REUP_GoGo.
REUP_GoGo. Make sure you check out the homie Trae. Is also, Mr. Frankenstein is also an independent artist himself. Definitely one of the most down-to-earth lead talkers I've ever met. Not arrogant. Likes to laugh. Definitely loves to have a good time. But we're going to try to make sure that you end this with a bang whenever you choose to end. Because you've put in a very long time in this culture.
Yeah. And I say, like, I got, 5 more years till I'm eligible to retire. About 4.5 till I'm eligible to retire from work. And if it ain't going the way I'm going, I'm trying to move away from here. I might disappear from the DMV.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
That'll be the end of me for go-go.
Nah, if you disappear from here, wherever you go, you gonna start a go-go band, and that go-go band is gonna go world fucking wide, because you will be defining go-go for a whole nother fucking audience. I need you to understand. Listen to what I just said. If you can't make it here, you can still make it there and anywhere else.
You're right.
So
I said that though.
5 more years in the DMV. and then he gonna take Crank to Illinois. We gonna see him in Illinois. Thank you so much, Trae. Make sure y'all follow him on all social media platforms. TraeBrent. Trae Dogg.
Dogg.
Yes, Trae Dogg. All right, it's your girl Capri Monique, the voice of the people. Y'all stay tuned. We got a panel coming soon, interview dropping soon, and I gotta say this again. Next week, T-Bob, y'all better be ready. That's a wild lover, Mr. Bobulous himself.
Yes,
will be stepping on in. Thank you for coming through last minute.
Oh, thank you.
After hours.
Good times as always.
Yes, panel coming soon. Shout out to Billie Jean in the building. Commentators Corner. I'm going to have y'all get back together. We're going to have a reunion show coming soon.
Okay.
Talk about the state of go-go.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Trae. Y'all make sure y'all head on over to www.crankrock.com for the latest and greatest in Mitchcraft attire. Or you can meet us in store, 9244 East Hampton Drive, Capitol Heights, Maryland. Get you something fly to wear here, there, and everywhere, man. It's Mitchcraft, baby.
I swear to God, there's something about this fast Eddie's made.